We
Okay.
are live
So I
now.
can share it.
Okay. Hi everyone. Good evening and welcome to day two of Homecoming Becoming Her. Um, I want to see guys if you guys are here, we would start. So basically, we have one person viewing now. We'll just wait for like 2 minutes more and then we'll kick off because it's gonna be recorded and it will be available on YouTube anytime, any day. We already have our speaker with us, Carla God, and yes, it's gonna be an amazing one today. Thank you. All right, so I guess we start already. It's 4 minutes past five, and we scheduled this for 5 p.m. Hello, guys. Welcome again. For those who are just joining us, if you missed out on day one was streamed only on YouTube. So today, being day two, we decided to take this to both YouTube and TikTok. So wherever you're watching us, thank you for joining. Becoming High is a 2 day event that is targeted at helping the woman become a better version of herself. Yesterday was all about clarity, personal branding, and how to show up online and how to show up to ourselves. Today, we'll be talking more about finance. We have Kala God here with us. Kala God will be taking us through financial mindset and financial growth and mindset shift. So I actually missed that up. So she's going to take us through how to grow our money because it is not enough to make money. It is equally important to learn how to manage money, how to grow it in a way that it becomes bigger than what it started out with. So if anyone here has read The Richest Man in Babylon, you see that the art of growing money is not something that you just stumble on. Most times there are things that you have to learn because these are things that are not being taught in school. So I'm going to just go off stage now and then invite Kalago to the stage to take the mic and walk us through the entire process. So I'm going to share Kalago's slide here and we'll dive right into the conversation. Hi, Kalagot. So the mic is yours. Please proceed.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for having me in this stream. Thanks a lot. I think this is the first time that I am streaming on TikTok to talk about finance. Most times that I've been in any TikTok stream, it had been around music and basically just music. But I think this is the first time talking about finance. Thank you so much for having me. I am Carla God. and I'm the founder of Beat Safe Protocol. I'm also the lead partner at Borderless, and I am also a music artist. I wear a lot of hats, a lot of hats. Sorry, and pardon my voice if it sounds like it's cold. Yes, there's been lots of cold lately, rainy season and all. So I have I got into the crypto space in while I was still in school, and so there's been a lot of experience that I have gotten from how money is managed, how people um, take on opportunities, financial opportunities, and how also people lose them, mistakes that people shouldn't make, and certain things that they should um, look at before they say, "Oh, I want to make this amount of money. I want to take my financial level from this to this other area." So you agree with me that money is an important subject. It's very important. The Bible says money answered all things, right? There are also some things that money can't answer, right? There are some things that it can answer, but at least on this earth, there are certain things that it can answer, and it's a very important part of our life. So today's session would be me talking to you about the mindset to have first about money, and then how to get it and how to keep it. Those are the three things that I'm going to look at: the mindset for money, sort of like the prosperity mindset, how to get it, and then how to keep it. There are certain things that you need to do to keep money or to keep growing money. All right, thank you so much. So, do I just go on? Is there anything you want to say, Ms. Prosper? Do I just continue?
Oh yes, you can continue. I'm listening behind the scenes, so and I'm definitely gonna jot a couple of things.
Okay, all right, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So the first thing that we are going to look at is what's the mindset for money. I did some videos. If you, I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, I hadn't really started doing so much about. I hadn't started doing so much as regards uh, sort of like putting myself out there. This is the year that I said, okay, I'm going to start that. So I tried to invest in studio, in getting a studio. So, and I was thinking to myself, the investment I'm doing now in getting into a studio, opening a studio, a video studio, a music studio, a photography studio, that investment that I am doing now at the moment was timed. There was a time in my life that I would have done that, but at this moment I felt like it's time to do this and took out a lot of sacrifice. Right now, the mindset for that investment is beyond, oh, I want to get the money back, even if I will get it back. There is something more than that. And people usually miss that thing that is more. For understanding how money works, you need to understand how value works, right? That's the first thing. For you to understand, oh, how money travels, how it changes from one hand to another, how it is created, you need to understand the concept of value. That's the first thing you need to get. So the mindset that you have to have first is the mindset of value, right? There are lots of there. Everybody is born with a certain gift that they have. That gift is a value. There's a way you see things. There is a way that um, you will talk. There's a way that you would. It's basically your personality. There are some values that are um, attached to your personality, and there's some gifts or traits that are attached to you. Nobody who is born in this world is born empty, like, oh, they don't have a gift or they don't have a value. That's one thing that God does. Every single person has a certain value, a certain gift, and it is with that gift that you have that you are able to create more value and create money. Right now, understand first of all that the mindset you should have is I have values in me that I can change for money, that I can exchange, right, for money, or that I can use to create money. The first mindset is the mindset of value. That's the first thing. And don't don't look at value as, oh, the cars that I have, the 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 house that I have, or the clothes that I have. No, it is what do I have inside. Value, it's always first of all inside. It's always intrinsic first before it comes out. Give you an example. A few years ago, I was doing videos. I was talking about money at different places. I even started a company based on money called Crypto Smarts. But I hadn't yet. I always had that value of being able to talk about money, being able to understand it, and having that creative ability. But it is those creative abilities that I had that I put into certain things that got me enough funds to be able to invest in having a studio today. I didn't just go straight up investing, right? He said, okay, I want to put together a studio and put in a lot of millions to doing interiors and other stuff. No, I had the value first, and I honed that value before right now physically something is manifesting as a result of that value. That thing physically is money. Accountants will call it assets, and they put it somewhere in the balance sheet. That brings me to my next area. What really is money, right? So the first mindset you need to have is a mindset of value. And the way you should think is, I have value that I can give to the world, that I can exchange for money. So that's the first thing. Understand that you've got money follows value, um, and everybody has a certain level of value. You just need to dig deep and find out. You'll find out what that is, and that is what should determine where you school, what you school, how you school. That should determine whether you go to a normal school or you go to a skill. When I mean normal school, I mean like tertiary institutions. I'm of the opinion that not everybody needs to go to a university. In today's world, 2025, you can learn anywhere. The education you need to get is the education of value. That's the first education you need to get, and the education of discipline. If going to a tertiary university would help you get that education, fine. If it will not, there's no need to. um, but I think that's a talk for another day. So first of all, look at the mindset of money from the area of value. Now, next thing, what is money? Everybody talks about it. What really is money? Is it the cash? Is it your bank balance? Is it what's in your crypto wallet? Is it what really is money? Is it the assets that you have? Money is anything that can be exchanged for value. I said this, I think in 2022. Yeah, 2022 was when I did that video about what money is. It's anything that can be exchanged for value. Give you an example. I um okay. I wanted to get a place for my new studio, right? And everybody, all the agents I was meeting, they were telling me nonsense prices. I didn't like the price. I wanted it around a particular area, and the prices I was getting were annoying. The places I was seeing were not good. They were not fine. They didn't make any sense, you know. And then I had spoken to somebody. There was somebody around my area, that I had spoken with, that I had spoken to, and I had told him, oh, I'm looking for this, so, and he said, don't worry, you'll get something. I was at the point where I was like, maybe I shouldn't even open this studio this time of the year. Maybe I should wait later on. So he checked. Funny enough, a place opened up. It was just the perfect place that I needed, around the area that I wanted, in a very good choice location. And then it was now time to do negotiations, right? The rent was good, the price was good, and then the agent started saying something else. And then me and this guy, we were in the same area. And then I said, okay, I'm not paying that amount of money. First of all, I'm not that new for this area. Now the same area we did. I'm not a new person. So come out this money, come out this money, come out this money. This is not waiting I will pay. And this is the price that it should be. Right? What I knocked off was almost a million naira. Because when you put together the things that I was supposed to pay and some other things, it wasn't making sense. But at that point, the money that I was able to use to get discounts was one, my existence in that estate. The fact that I am in this estate, I'm not a new person. So this is how much, remove this fee. I'm not supposed to pay this fee because I'm in this estate. We see ourselves. You dey park your car for my compound some certain times. I turned in relationship to it. That is money. A lot of people think money is just, the the cash, the assets and all. Remember again, I talked about the mindset of value. So you know me, I know you. We did this estate. We talked. The other guy also talked, right? He also weighed in because he is also somebody who is, known in the estate. I had a relationship with two people that could help me knock off almost a million naira from something that I would have paid, right? So something that I should have paid extra amount, I didn't have to pay that extra amount because I weighed in the value of relationship that I had, the value of people know me, Carla. I pass here. You see me and my husband. Sometimes I come out. You see my families and all. My very existence and presence in this place was value for me. I needed to identify that. It's not as if I didn't have the funds to pay, but there are other things that can be exchanged for money. And that was this relationship that I could weigh in. Even to the point where when I was doing renovations for the place to make the studio look a certain way, there were certain issues. My workers were talking plenty, they were having issues with him. We still came out together and talked. If it was somebody else, they probably would have said, take back your money. I don't want issues. But we still came back together because I could weigh in that relationship that was there. Right? Give you another scenario. We've had certain persons who want to buy certain things and they're like, oh, this thing is 2 million, but what I have right now is 1 million. I'll pay you 1 million in a month's time. You know me, you know I'm good for it, right? At this point, this guy's reputation is value, and I could give him the price because of course he's not going to run away with my money. What is 1 million? We've done business before over large amount. So it's not 1 million that will make him run, right? Even if he does, he's been doing business with me before in the past. So if somebody has done business of over a certain amount, I'm not now going to say because of this small amount, I would start, calling and all that stuff. Now, this guy's reputation in this point was money for him because he didn't have that amount to pay, but because he had something and because he attached his reputation to it, it became money that I could exchange and give goods to, actual goods to. This thing happens everywhere in different parts of the world, in different facets, in the business world, in the banking industry. I tell you, there are people who get loans from the banks without without any collateral. Some persons will go and ask for and they will tell you big collateral. There are people who would go and they will not be asked for collateral, they'll be asked for what's your cash flow. They want to see how much how much comes into your business, not on a monthly basis. They're checking, your customers, the assets that you have. You can't just up and run away and not pay. You can't default on your loan. They're checking certain things, they're checking cash flows. At that point, transaction is money. History record of transaction at that point. Sorry. So sorry, this code. Sorry. History record of your transaction at that point is money. Do you understand? So don't look at money just from the point of cash. It's beyond that. It is anything that can be exchanged for value. It is basically anything that can be exchanged for value. So that's why I said the first mindset you should have for money is the mindset of value. When you understand this, whether it is the crypto industry that you are in, whether it is a restaurant business you're setting up, whatever it is, you'd be able to grow, because you won't just be looking at the area of, oh, just money. You'll be looking at the area of, what are the different values that I have that I can exchange, for money, right? And that's how financial growth sets in. So people used to say, oh, um, when I tell people, I don't know if you've heard this word, or this statement where they say, oh, money is not everything, right? It's true. It's not everything. And anybody that tries to argue, to say, oh, it's everything, it is this, I usually tell them something. I said, have you not seen people that won the lottery? They got $100 million. And 5 years later, yeah, they're so broke. I am wondering, how in the world did you squander $100 million? You would think that, you're made for life. Money is not everything. That's somebody who didn't have the mindset of value. They were not thinking multiplication, they were not thinking growth. They're thinking, oh, this money will not finish. 100 million, then spend on this, you do this, you do that. You then come to a point in life, you find out that all you have is your house or car, and you can't even maintain them. You have to sell them. You have to start selling them. You're not even thinking renting or leasing. You have to start selling them. There are lots of artists, lots of footballers, lots of sports people who have gotten funds, who today, you're like, who was your financial advisor? How in the world did you make £200,000 on a weekly basis? And a few years later, after your retirement, you're broke. What happened? What were you doing at that point? Money is not everything. Do you get? You need to have the mindset of value. You need to have the mindset of growth. You need to have wisdom. If not, as the way the money comes, it's how it will fly away. It's how it will go. Because there are certain mindset that you don't have to sustain it. Right? Have you not seen that there are people who they earn maybe let's say right now this person is earning 200,000 naira every month, right? And then somehow they get promoted and they start earning 1 million naira on a monthly basis. And you find out that the 1 million naira that you were earning, you're not able to save 500K every month out of it. But when you were earning 200 before and you were okay, what happened when 1 million came? And you are also not able to save at least a big chunk of that on a consistent basis. What started happening to you? What was the mindset that you were having? What was happening with your I call it value gauge or like value metric. What was happening with your value metric? How are you seeing at this point? That's because just having the money alone is not enough. There's wisdom that you need to have, there's discipline that you need to have, there's financial discipline that you need to understand, there's financial wisdom that you need to be able to apply to make it grow, so that when you see opportunities you don't think that, oh, this opportunity is what will take me out of um, financial issues. And people keep making this mistake in the crypto industry. When they get into crypto, they see like, oh, somebody has just made maybe, there's this thing called Degen trading in crypto. So somebody has been able to turn $10 from $10 to $100 or to $1,000, and they think, oh, it's something that will happen consistently. And before you see, they're losing money, right? You're about to put money into Bitcoin at $60,000 without understanding that there's a way the market is. This thing is going to go back down to go up. Can you wait that long? And then you're trying to put in money that's supposed to be for your rent or for your you don't have allocation to understand monies that is in this, that is for investment, should go to investment, and money that's for expenses or money that's for savings should go to savings. There are lots of issues that people, sorry, excuse me, there are lots of financial discipline, growth, mentality, or value gauge that people don't have, that make them make a lot of mistakes. And it doesn't matter the industry that they enter, whether it is crypto, whether it is forex, whether it's restaurant, whether it's content creation, whatever industry that they get into, they find out that they begin to make a lot of losses. Somehow, you find out that you are never able to go above 200K mentally, right? You're not able to begin to handle millions. You're still in the hundreds of thousands of sorry. I said dollars of naira of dollars. Let's leave it there. You're still in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're not, you're not getting to the point where you can now begin to handle millions because your mindset, your value metric has not grown beyond a certain gauge, right? So I call it like your value. Uh, I think I should do a presentation later on this. The value metric that you have will determine the amount of money that you get. If your value metric is low, no matter how much money comes to you, you will lose it. You will spend it. You squander it. You will not be able to build back some sort of financial growth, right? That's what happens. So if your value metric is still at 100k, 100,000 naira, even if you start earning a million naira on a monthly basis, you find out that the same amount of money you are saving when you're at 100,000 naira is the same amount of money you start saving at a million because you start getting into different expenses, different investments that will probably fail because there is a metric that you don't yet have. So the first thing I gave value, the mindset of value, it is very important. When you're in any industry, when you're in anything that has to do with money, think what's the thing that I can give first, right? Before I get anything back, right? Then the next thing is what is money? Money is anything that can be exchanged for value. So identify the values that you have before we go to financial growth. Identify the values that you have, right? I did this thing a couple of years ago, and that's when I found out that I could I could I could function really good in like two different industries or three different industries. And I actually started doing that. Right? I started doing that. And that's helped me with my finances. I'm going out to financial growth. But here's a little assignment for you on value. Identify the values that you have. And it would always grow. Right now it could be okay, let me give you an example. When I started working immediately, I finished secondary school. And one of the things I started learning was proposal writing. I always knew I wanted to be a business person. I always knew. Even when my mom wanted me to study, what's it called? Medicine. Me, okay. Me do medicine. My family wasn't well to do. Medicine is a high, I don't know why parents don't see these things. Medicine is a high impact course. And I'm not somebody that will do medicine. I don't like blood. I don't like hospitals. I don't like anything, drugs. I'm not good with all those stuff, right? But I knew that I wanted to be a business person. I knew, even though I didn't know how I wanted to get there, but I knew I had this thing for organization, for management. So even when I had told somebody that, oh, no, I'm not going to do medicine, I want to do business admin. At that point, I didn't know it was management. Years ago, it was called business administration in our universities till they understood, till I think the curriculum upgraded. I don't know why our education system is always like the last to change in in the world. So when they were telling me, oh, I should do medicine, I said no, I am doing business admin. And somebody said, oh, what a switch. And they said it in a negative area that oh, business admin is where everybody goes to. Everybody just does business admin. I should do medicine. I'm like, I don't want to do this thing. What was defining that what was defining that decision for me was because I just knew that it was business I wanted to do in my life. It was organization, building companies, building projects, building people and all. Even though I had not seen this industry that I would be in. I had not seen the different projects that I had been building, but I just knew every single one of you, Nigeria, every single one of you, every one of you, every single person or every one of you has that thing that I had when I was 18 years old. Every one of us have that thing. So identify that thing that you know that this is what I want to do with my life. Now, because I knew that, I started learning how to write business plans. I started learning how to write business proposals. I would spend time in the cyber cafe. I was already doing, I was already using Yahoo Messenger, knowing how to. This tech thing is not today started. knowing how to like communicate with people. I don't know why at that period I didn't even stumble upon Bitcoin or something, because that was around the year that Bitcoin came out. You know, so I was I knew I wanted to do this thing, and that because that knowing is what defined me going to study business management in school, even to the point where even when there was no money for my parents to send me to school, I had enough sense to go and work in corporate, because I wanted to learn what was this corporate thing like. Work in corporate organizations. In I was already working. I was doing HR manage HRO. I was handling HRO roles before I even came to Uniport. That's why when I came to school, I was very angry because suddenly I'm in school and there's no time to work to get money. School was taking all my money, and I was always broke. I didn't like that. But even while in school, I made certain decisions so that it wasn't just I knew what I wanted to do. So I was okay with missing classes. I was okay with spending more time in the library that I spent in all my classmates will tell you. Spend more time in the library that I spent in the classes. I was okay with not buying handouts, even when they said they would give me F. I got an F one time from my marketing lecturer. I'll never forget that course, Marketing 201, MKT 201. And I actually went to meet the lecturer and said, why did I have F? I was bold enough because I know your course. Like that year, sef, that was my 200 level. That year, I wrote a marketing plan for somebody based on what he had taught me. Do you understand? So I knew what I wanted to do in my life, right? So I told him, why did I get F? I know this thing. He said, do by my textbook. That was what he said. And this was Uniport here. So I knew what I wanted to do. So there's certain mistakes I didn't make. I didn't make the mistake of thinking school, of giving all my time to school, right? I made a decision to really understand what business is, how to run it, how to build it. And I know a lot that it is not just about what you learn in school. Relationships are very important. Um, your all these things, understanding identifying your value metric is one of the ways. In fact, it's sort of like the core points of how people create money and how people get to financial growth. So now let me get to the area of financial growth. You all know what financial growth is. It's basically growing your finances from one level to another. There was a time in my life 100K was big money to me. There was a time in my life 1 million was big money. There was a time 10 million self was big money. I've gone past that. All those are not they are not like hallmarks I'm looking forward to. Why? Because I have made those and I've even given them. Right? I've made those and I've even given them. So I can't go below all these things anymore. Right? Even up to the point of there were certain things. There was a time in my life I couldn't handle millions. My finances grew over time, and there were key principles that I identified over time as those finances grew. The first one was streams of income. I would ask myself, what are the streams of income that I have? Look at this as streams of income and also streams of value, right? So your value skills can increase. There was a time proposal writing was all I knew. It grew from there to being able to do marketing management. It grew from there to being able to do finances. It grew from there to being able to build brands. It grew from there to being able to build communities, to being able to actually even do thought leadership, to being able to do um, um, public speaking. So it basically grew over time. Business development came after I was done with school. That was when my business development career kicked off. But before I was done, before I got into school, and while I was in school, there were a lot of other skills that was growing. So in year one, I knew the skill I had in year one. I knew the skill I had in year two. I knew the skill I had in year three. And by the time I was done in year four, I was able to actually confidently do business development. There are certain things that I knew. And as my skills grew, my confidence grew. Right? My ability to speak with people and land jobs and land certain things, it grew also. So understand that financial growth has to be multiple streams of income. And multiple streams of income also means multiple streams of value. Right? As a person, What is the stream of income that you have now? It could be your job. There's another stream of value that you have that can give you another set of income, right? For in today's world, looking at today's timing, we are in a creator economy. Everybody can be a creator. Everybody can have a portfolio online. Okay, everyone can display their value in quotes, right? Now, it's in the displaying of your value that brings in people, that brings in money. So this is in getting multiple streams of income. This is what you should look at. The first thing, excuse me, the first thing is learn. That's the first thing. Learning, getting multiple streams of income starts with learning. The learning part is the first part. You're either learning about yourself. Okay, what are the skills that I have that I can sell? How do I sell this skill, right? Or how do I create this opportunity for me in this industry? What industry do I want to get into? I'm already in the crypto industry. I'm in the finance industry. Right now, I'm getting into the creator industry, right? Even in the creator industry, there were learnings, and I started learning how to edit video all over again. Excuse me. I would watch videos. I would watch certain things. I would I'm this is something I started this year, right? I started doing this. I normally I did video, I've always done that. But this year I'm thinking of how are videos being edited in 2025? What are the kind of contents that are coming out in 2025? How should they be done? What are the kind of things? Right? I started doing all those things before I thought of okay, let's now get a proper studio and invest in this and get stuff going. Okay, so the learning phase is always there, it never ends. The first thing is learn. The next thing is people, connect, network. That's the next thing. For anything that you want to do, the first one is always learn. For any new stream of income you want to bring in, if it is, let's say you already work for a certain person or a certain company, there probably is another skill that you have, or probably even that same skill that you have, you can sell it to another market. You need to learn, how do I sell this into another market? Where are the opportunities? um who are the people that would buy these services and all these are learning phases. You are checking, right? And also in the learning, there are times when you offer this value for free. Okay, as you are doing those things, as you're offering this value for free, you are making connections, you are getting a different network, you're connecting with people. You are this period I've been going out. I just started a studio. I have been going out. I've been every time I go to a maybe a meetup, and they have this networking session. Oh, meet yourselves, talk about yourselves. I don't say I'm a business developer. I say, oh, I'm a brand strategist. I have a studio. I can help you take your brand and sell your brand through videos. I have all those other skills, right? But right now, the skill that I want to be promoting out there is, the selling of this, the studio services that I have, and the media services that I have, right? When you go look at God, you will see other things. You even see the artist part. But at that point, these things that I'm doing right now, I want people to start buying from me. I want people to start, you patronizing my services. So I'm selling this aspect of it, and I'm networking. I have a free content to shoot for somebody tomorrow, right? I'm teaching them branding stuff. I'm also going to use that to create a video out of it and put it out there. So the learning phase, the networking phase, those phases come before the earning phase. So for every stream of income that you are opening, now I am opening a new stream of income, which is the content stream, right? And in the content stream, I started with learning. If you go on my Instagram, it's mostly tutorials you will see. Short list, three different kind of short lists to use. This one, that one. That's what you would see on my IG on my IG page. Um, I started learning. I started using, editing, CapCut and stuff. Some of you have seen some of the videos that I edit, but you didn't even know that I was one that edited them. So the learning phase is still there, and now I'm networking. I have I've had like two clients come to visit the studio who were like, oh, I have businesses, I would want you to do videos. We've had one client and stuff. So this stream of income that I'm doing, I'm going through the learning phase, the networking phase, and the earning phase, and they are a cycle. They continue. So every time that you are trying to add another stream of income, understand that intentionality has to go into it. So you've got to learn, you've got to connect with people, and you've got to earn. The reason is because the money are in people. That's one thing that I really learned. Sorry, I really understood a lot while I was in school. The money are in people. Nobody ever hired me for my BSc. Until today, I still don't hire people based on BSc. What do you know? What do you know how to do? And then also, who is referring you? Because people do refer others. Who is referring you? Everybody that I've worked with, it wasn't as a result of, let's see your BSc, let's see what your certificate, what did you study. What did you study is as a result of, have you have you been able to discipline yourself to finish something? That's it. It's not okay. Um, it's more like, can this person, is this person teachable? Can this person learn? Right? That's where the what did you study comes in. That's where it comes in. Right? It's not really as a result of this thing is going to have a basis in your productivity. Nobody who is employing anybody in 2025 is looking at that when they look at people who have gone to school. What they are looking at is, does this person have the ability to learn? Are they educated enough to understand that education is continuous? You've got to learn continually, right? So the learning part is very important. It's something that is done in cycles. So anytime you are trying to add another stream of income or upgrade your current stream of income, learn, people, earn. That's it. Learn, connect, earn. That's one of the ways that you grow your streams of income. Now, another way that you grow financially is you need to have savings. I tell people, yes, saving never made anybody rich. True. Saving never made anybody rich. But to keep you from being poor, you know what I tell people. Saving will not make you rich. It's true. It will make you rich, but it will keep you from being poor. And I give this example. I said the people that you have, the billionaires of the world in dollars, the Warren Buffett in today's world, something happens in the market and you see that, oh, they've lost 100 million billion, they've lost these million of dollars, they've lost that. And they always have. Why do they always have? Because not all their funds are in one basket, not all their monies are in one place, not all their, they have stocks here, they have whatever there, they have different businesses, but they also have their own personal finance that they do. There's money that they keep in certain places that they don't touch. That is just saving. That's like a basket for for future stuff or for things I want to do. And you will hear it every time. They tell you it's a trust fund, right? Whenever you hear trust fund, just look at it as like really high impact savings. There are trust funds that have like $50 million just kept somewhere for certain things. Those are trust funds. So every savings will not make you rich, but it will keep you from being poor. Anytime somebody tells you, there's no need for saving, mm-mm. Don't go that line where you say, I've spent everything. What's even the point of saving when when my income is not enough to handle the things that I need to do? That's where financial discipline comes in. Because if you don't have the habit of saving, even when the millions come, you still will not have the habit of saving. You still will not know how to put money aside for certain things. So saving is an important part. Both the people who are billionaires in dollars and the ones who want to become billionaires in dollars save. They have a savings habit. They don't spend everything, no matter how much. Don't spend except it is their circumstances, and their circumstances it's even from your savings that you use to sort of like handle issues that are their circumstances. Except it is that. But when you have funds, when you earn, have the habit of saving. I can show you my records far back as when I was in year one. There was a time where it was 10 naira I was saving. because that was the money that I could save. That was money that was available. There was a time when it was 20. I would still spend it, oh, yeah, but I was teaching myself something. Today, now that I earn a lot more, I still save because it has now become a discipline to the point that even the product that I'm building is a service protocol. Everybody is building spending protocol, the protocols that that help you convert on ramp, off ramp, and all that stuff. Every time build service protocol because excuse me, because it's something that I've it's a discipline that has come in over time. So saving is a very important part of growing financially because there's something that it does. Remember when I told you about how the value that you have, how transaction records was value for certain people for getting a loan, right? From the banks, transaction records, who they are, the different assets that they have, all those things, their money. Your savings is also a form of asset because there's something it does to you mentally that, oh, I am not 100% spent. I still have something that I could fall back on. And even before I go and touch the savings or do something, something can happen. I can get monies later. And that discipline of when money comes, you understand the ability of putting something aside. It's very important because if you don't do that, you become like people who financial investments come and they spend everything on financial investments, right? That an investment are risk. Savings are supposed to be low risk, not no risk at all. Investments have risk. So not all your money should go to risk. That's the point. Not everything that you have should go. Don't take that. Oh, savings never made anybody rich. So invest everything. No, don't do that. There's a rule that I will talk about later on. So saving is important. The next thing you need to have is records. You need to be able to have. I wish I could show you by record my own personal finance record. I could show you my Excel sheets where I know I I know how much has gone into electricity for the month, how much has gone into feeding, how much I've gone into gifts to people, how much I've got. I have those, and that's because one thing. My pastor usually says something when where there is order, it expansion comes after order. So it is when you have put order into your finances that you can grow. Growth will never be disorderly. So if you've not ordered your finances with the small 50K you are earning every month or 150K you are earning every month, how are you going to start earning 100K or 1 million? How are you going to go to that point? Right? There needs to be order that comes in where you know that okay, this is how much that I have spent in a month. This is where this money has gone into. This is what has gone into. Sorry, excuse me. This is how much has gone in for investments, right? This is how much has gone in for savings. You need to have a record. When I was earning like 1,000 naira, there was a time in a month it was only 1,000 naira that I had made when I was still in school. Then you see why I didn't like when how our education system is. There was a point in my year three, I cut my classes. It's not school I came to do in my life. I came to learn, but it's not to be attending everybody's lectures. Funny enough, I still did better than people who were attending all the lectures. I still did better than them. Of course, value proposition that I had was one of the key factors. So when I was taught, there's a way I would learn. There's a way I would learn. In my year three, I had to cut it. I had to share my classes into two. I took a job so I could earn some money and also so I could learn because I found out that we don't go for IT. So I was like, how will I now practice all these things that people have been teaching me? And I put myself on compulsory IT. So I either work 6 to 12 or 12 to 6. Any class that was set between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, or here is their case, I am not going to be there. I could take that risk. Not everybody can take that risk though. If your parents sent you to school, please don't take that risk. My case was different. Don't take that risk. I could take that risk because I sent myself to school. I was paying my school fees and all. So basically, I was in charge of my life already, so I could make certain decisions, right? But I did that because I needed to earn money. I needed to make money. I needed to have time to do business and other stuff. So even at that point in my life, where I wasn't earning so much, I would I had a record. I had, for some of my records were not on my notes app. So I missed some of them. Some of them were in my books. When I even go and check my books, some of my books, I see them. So always have financial records, right? I earned this. I had this. Somebody gifted me this. Some of my records, there are times when people dash me 100 naira. There are times when people paid for my transport, and that money became like gifts. The money I was supposed to use for transport became gifts. Have that, because it shows that you're being accountable to yourself. So if you, and these are things I have counseled families, I have counseled people, I have counseled people who were wise enough to say, Carla, I need help. I earn this amount of money and I don't know where it goes to. And these are like big men, big women. What's the record? Do you have a record for your own personal finance? These are little things that people didn't do. And that when they started doing them without even doing any extra investments, their finances began to grow. They began to spend less on unimportant things, right? So records are important. If you can't keep records for 1 million you're earning, is it 10 billion? Excuse me. If you can't keep records for 1 million naira, is it 10 billion naira that you should keep records for? The money will not be too much for you to account for now. And then your accountant and all that you have, you wouldn't be able to know that, oh, this is how much I am earning, and stuff like that. Excuse me. So the record part is important. Keep records. You need to be able to know, oh, in this month, this is how much I have spent. In this month, I want to reduce the spending. Or in this month, this is how much I invested. In this month, I want. If you don't have records, how are you going to know if you are growing? So all these things are important things that you need to do before money comes, right? There are certain things. Some of you who are Christians would have learned some certain things probably from your pastors or from the Word, from the Bible, the Book of Proverbs, and also understand that money is not just cash. It's actually a spirit also. So if you don't have some certain kind of discipline, it won't come to you. That is why certain people who win the lottery and make like $100 million, a few years later, they are back. They are back to being broke, right? Right. So now the next thing is okay. I'm just going to go to exactly whoever is not faithful. Yes, if you're not faithful in little, you will not be faithful in much. Very true. That those are one of the principles that we have. So begin to make sure that you do this. You have records. Now, if you do these things, there is no way you will not make smart money decisions. Like there is no way. If you are somebody who keep records, if you're somebody who has a proper savings habit, there's no way you will not make smart money decisions. Now, the next thing I want to tell you is a formula that I have used for years and it has always worked for me, right? Savings doesn't mean that, oh, you will not spend it. There are times I save to invest in something. There are times I save to carry out certain activities, right? Savings doesn't mean that, oh, you won't spend it. It just means that you won't spend all your money and you would have some sort of discipline to always keep money aside for certain things. So there is this rule that I use. I call it the 30-30-30-10 rule. Whenever I have money, this is how I allocate it. Whether, and I do this also for businesses, for all the businesses that that I have, right? For example, this studio that I just opened, I saved a lot. A lot of saving was done. So I have saved to open it, to do the investment thing, to open it. I've saved a lot, and then it was now time to now open it. Okay. Now I am now at the point where I need to start recouping and putting back my savings again. But the money that I spent on something, at least I can see it. It's something that can generate income. Do you get, for me and for all the things that I am working on. So the 30-30-30-10 rule states that whenever you get money, 30% should go for your expenses. Don't Well, this is where we now have don't spend more than you earn area. 30% goes for your expenses. 30% goes for your savings. Now, this is my own rule. I know of somebody who their savings is 40%. There's nothing you want to tell them. Their savings is 40%. I know of another person who their savings was 50. I haven't seen anybody who savings is 60 yet. But I know of another person who their savings was 60. At a point in your life, you won't have expenses. I am telling you the truth. At a point in your life, you will not have expenses like have you seen how some of the big men lives? They don't pay rent. They have their houses, right? They have their house. So the expense of rent is out. Some of them have their shops. They have their farms. So the expense of food is out. It is included in the business expense. So personally, they don't have certain expenses. Do you understand? The expense for clothing, they have factories. So that expense that they would spend on going to buy clothes, going to buy this thing is out. The expense for skincare, for groceries, they have shopping malls. Do you understand me? So those personal expenses, there's a time in your life that you will get to, they're not expensive. Filling station now, they get filling station, which expense for fuel. You get my point. So that's the goal. That's where you want to get to. Do you get? So there's a point where your expenses would be cut to almost 10%, and your savings would increase, and your investments would increase. Do you understand my point? There's a point where you get to where um, your investments are so much that whatever expense that you should have are tied into the investments. You get my point? Um, we'll talk about that one on a different maybe I'll do a different video for that. But for now, at this point in my life, this is how my life is. My expenses are 30% of my income. If the money is not there, there's less. I'm not about to disturb myself at all. 30% savings. And I'm only going to break my savings for things like investments. And then 30% goes to investments. And I usually tell people sometimes your investment is not crypto, one stock, one forex thing. Sometimes your investment is a course. Sometimes your investment is the transport fare you would pay or the boat ride you would take to go for a networking session. Sometimes your investment is being able to buy data so that you can study something, so that you can write certain proposals to submit for something. Sometimes those are the investments. Don't look at investment only as, oh, it is a you have to buy stock, you have to buy land, you have to buy that. No. Remember I talked about value, excuse me, and I talked about learning, right? Sometimes that money for investment is those things. It's not going to buy crypto or going to buy one stock. It is not it. So understand where you are at in life and tailor your finances to follow this. Now, this also means that you have to have an income. There needs to be a job that you can get. So if you do not have an income yet, you probably will not be able to do this. You probably be doing this with gifts that you get. Maybe somebody sends you money, dashes you money or something. When you don't have an income, what you should look for is investments. Don't ask people for money for XYZ. Ask them for investment. Oh, sir, I want to take this course. Please, I need somebody who can pay for me to take this course. It is this amount. I will need this amount of money for data to take this course. Or I want to do a marketing thing to market my brand every week. I want to do a video. I want to maybe do there's something we call build in public in the Web3 space, right? I want to do something this week and post about it, and do something this other week and post about it so I can get more people that can work with me. I want to spend time to DM people about my services that I can do. I need this amount of money for data. That data at that point is investment. When you don't have an income, ask for investment because you want it's through that investment you will get income. An investment is not buying crypto or buying a stock. It is those these things I've told you. Being able to DM 100 people about your services. We are in today's world where everybody is online. Go to certain. I did this thing in my year 3. I looked for consulting businesses in Port Harcourt and sent them a mail and said, please, I want to work for you. I'm a student. Don't pay me salary. Pay me transport money. Give me transport money to come every day. I will come from Monday to Friday. I will either come from 6 a.m. I will either work from 6 a.m. to 12 noon or from 12 noon to 6 p.m. so that I can keep up with classes and all that stuff. I did that. Some responded, some did not. The ones that did, I started working with them. At that point in my life, I didn't have a job. I had for an investment. Some of you, there are internship roles that are available, right? Apply to those internship roles. And the money that you'll be asking people to help you with is okay, transport to here or data for this, and let people understand what you want to use these things for. So when you don't have a job, ask for investment. When you don't have income, look for investment. And investment should be around you being able to get um increase your chances of landing an income generating role or income generating thing. And then of course the 10% your tithe. I tithe on everything as a Christian. Right? If you're not a Christian, you probably don't have to do this. But for me, I tithe on everything. If send me 8K now, the next thing 800 has gone. Sometimes I'll pay the full 8K self as tithe if I feel like the 800 is too small to pay as tithe or something. So 10% for your tithe, very important. All right, thank you so much. So that is all that I have for today. If there are any questions, we can go on. I didn't even get to talk about my product, BitSave. All right, so I built a savings protocol called BitSave. It's basically a tool to help you save on chain. So it's something that helps people in the Web3 space, income earners in the Web3 space save. So I think the best thing is for you guys to follow us on Twitter. Our account is Big Safe Protocol, and then our for those of you who are used to Web3, just go to just put BigSafe.io in your DApp in your wallet browser and interact with it. Connect your wallet. Right now we are on Base blockchain, and we are also on Celo blockchain. You can save with USDC on Base. You can also save with USD Glow on USD Glow, G Dollar on Celo, and also CUSD on Celo. All right. So for those of you that are crypto native, BitSave.io, that's the website. Just go to it in your that browser. For those of you who are not crypto native, just send me a DM or send us a DM on Twitter, Big Safe Protocol. That's it. That's the handle, and then we'll help you to break down everything and even help you save. Today we're helping some person save as little as $10. One was even saving $2, so can help you save as much as you want on the protocol. Then aside from that, we also have this. If you're not crypto native, we also have a booklet. I think I yeah. We also have this savings booklet where you can save with me, you can save with us. This is somebody's savings. The lady, she has a hairdressing salon. I'm not about to start telling her to download wallet and all those things. So basically, she just gets our booklet, sends us the forms, we help her lock it, and then she's able to withdraw. I think she withdraw her savings from January to May to buy an equipment in her shop. And then now she's saving again with us. She's doing other savings again with us. So for those of you who are not crypto native, oh, sorry. For those of you who are not crypto native, you can save with us. So just send me a DM on our account, Big Safe Protocol on Twitter. Or if you have my number, send me a DM and then we can help you do the savings activity. All right, that's all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prosper, for the opportunity to talk to everyone today about finance.
It's been an awesome time with you, Kala. I mean, wow. The comment section was actually popping, like it was buzzing with text, nuggets, tips, all of that. You took us on a journey from, you know, here and then there. And thank you so much for that, because what you gave us here is it's $1 million um mentorship session right now,
Thank you.
and we are so
Thank
grateful
you.
for this. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to hearing some testimonials from people like, okay, yes, after I attended Kala session, okay, now I'm more financially prudent. I have a different mindset towards finance and all of that, because that is the essence of this gathering today. Thank you very much, and we do really
Thank you.
appreciate you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank
And
you.
yes, guys,
Thank
you
you
can
so much.
find Carla on TikTok. You can find her on all the social media platforms. She's doing amazingly well in all of them. Thank you again. So yes, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Now we are moving on to the second session. We will be having one of our other speakers who is already behind the scene. She's here already and she'll be talking to us on crypto, airdrops, and content creation, which is yapping and the like. So this is more like for those who are into the old Web3, the old crypto thing, and all of that. So I'm just gonna bring her up on stage to join me now. Um, Her name is Carrot. She'll be talking to us about Web3 as a tool to financial empowerment. So, hello, Carrot. How you doing?
Hi, Prosper. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are
All
audible.
right. Good
How's your
evening.
day going?
Today was awesome. How about you? Hello, everyone.
It's been good here too. It's been good here. Everyone has had a nice time. Like, oh my god! And your sessions was saved for the last, like was saved for the end because we wanted this entire program to be a journey. We started with one of our speakers talking about pain as a gift. We had another speaker talk about personal branding, and then we just had a session with Kala God where she talked about financial growth and mindset shift. And then now you're coming on stage to talk to us about Web3 as a tool to financial empowerment because while Carla was talking, she did mention of instances where people don't have income, right? They would look for opportunities to invest in themselves because those investments would in turn become the income that they would receive tomorrow. So this session right now is to cater for those needs. In instances where people can't have the income that they really want, or setting the stage to let them know that okay, there are other ways that you can actually earn that may not need you to start up something, but you can tap into what has already been set out there. So I'm just gonna go backstage now and allow you introduce yourself and take the stage from there.
All right. You have the slides, right?
Yes, I do. So I'm going to turn your slide on here. Give me a
All
second
right.
to bring it up. Okay, so your
All
slide
right.
is up now.
All right. All right. All right. So, hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you very much, Prosper, for this platform, for this webinar conference. I joined yesterday, and I think one of my favorites of the whole. In fact, they've all been blockbusters, but the one about turning your pain to a gift, something like that. I really enjoyed that session by Harrison. Right, that's her name. Yeah. So this session is going to be practical, is going to be as simple as stupid, is going to be straight to the point, and it's going to be brief. But at the end of the day, um, you should go home with something, at least one thing. So please, next slide. Okay. Oh, I didn't introduce myself. So my name is Dorcas, popularly called Carrot. So that's I run a graphics brand called Carrot and Company. So that's where the carrots came from. But besides that, I'm full-time crypto, full-time DeFi trader, full-time everything crypto, DeFi. So that's what I do. So yeah. So the next slide, please. This discussion, the aim of this, all right, the topic is Web3 as a tool for financial empowerment. Like Prosper said during the introduction, um, there are so many ways you can make money, and crypto is just one of those ways, and the thing is, crypto provides so many opportunities to make money that people are not aware of. All right, so it does not mean you have to quit your job, but this is just like something you should be aware of. Like, people are really making so much money out there, you know passively. So the aim of this discussion is for you to learn at least one way you can make money from crypto passively. So you don't have to quit your job. You don't have to quit what you're doing. It's just the knowledge. I believe in something called serendipity. The fact that your encounter with one thing can compound to lead to something else. For instance, I don't know if you guys are aware of Tunde, the chess master. You know him, right? So he stumbled on somebody one day. He was just strolling somewhere, and somebody just casually, it was nothing serious. Somebody just taught him how to play chess. You know how people are playing, and from there, that has added up and compounded into something larger and that he cannot even imagine. So the point is, there's always a point of contact. So you hear about something somewhere first, and then that initial interest, that initial knowledge can add up to something and produce something. I don't know if you got what I'm trying to say. So the point is, this discussion should at least expose you to one way you can make money from crypto passively, and $0 as well. So next slide, please. I can't see the slides. I can't see it. I think it's I was pinned. Okay, perfect. All right, so the table of content. So we'll be discussing. I want to know if you guys can hear me, if the flow is good, if you're following along. I would appreciate any feedback from the moderator.
Yes, we can hear you, and the flow is good.
All right. So what we'll be discussing today, we are discussing just majorly two things. The topic is Web3 as a as a tool for financial empowerment, right? So we'll be discussing what Web3 is, because it's a concept that is not so familiar. And then we'll be discussing the opportunities in Web3. And then secondly, we'll talk about what crypto airdrop is, types of airdrop, beginner tools, how yapping works, like Prosper mentioned, how to yap, and we'll do a little bit of practical. All right, so next slide, please. So if you are encountering the term Web3 for the first time, which I highly doubt, you should know that Web3 refers to the side of the internet that utilizes crypto. Personally, I don't like that term Web3. I don't know why, but I prefer DeFi, I prefer crypto, But whenever you hear of Web3, just know that it refers to the side of the internet that utilizes crypto and the technology that powers crypto, which is the blockchain. So when you hear Web3, don't be confused. Just think in terms of blockchain and crypto. All right. So any platform, any website, any app that integrates this blockchain technology is referred to as Web3. Any platform at all that integrates blockchain, that utilizes crypto, you can refer to that platform as a Web3 platform. So it's not really a difficult thing to understand. All right. So the next slide, please. So Web3, talking about crypto, the crypto industry presents so much opportunity for you to make money. Like I don't think I've seen any industry like the crypto industry before. I've not seen any. I've not seen any industry with as much opportunities like crypto. There are so many industries, and there are so many, and you can make money from all of them. But talking about the low level, the low barrier entry, and in short, the opportunities are enormous. All right, crypto and the Web3 space alone has introduced so many jobs, that would never have been possible before. And now people can make a living off something that 5 years ago was was not in vogue. All right, so different ways you can make money from crypto. You can make money trading crypto, and now this particular one, crypto trading, has like 1,001 divisions inside. So we're talking about crypto trading. There are different types. You can trade spots. This is where you swap one coin to another, daily. You can do leverage trading. This is where you borrow from an exchange or a platform, to trade. And then you can do degen trading. So this one is like the meme coins trading that you hear on Twitter. All right. Then there is yield farming. Now this one is one of my favorites. So this one, you learn money. It's just like what you do with your savings account, where you deposit money in the bank and earn interest over a period of time. So yield farming is sometimes lending to a crypto platform, a crypto protocol, It also doubles down as liquidity providing. So you provide you lend your money to the platform, so that traders can be able to trade seamlessly. That's called liquidity providing. Now, when you do that, you're earning money from the swap fees, you're earning money from the interest that your deposit is accruing. So this is like one of the safest ways to make money in crypto. Just have money, deposit somewhere, and and just leave it there, and you're getting interest from it. To play it safest, you deposit stable coins like USDT, USDC. So these are coins that have the same value as a dollar, that does not that is not volatile. All right. So you deposit this money, or you lend it to a crypto platform, and you start earning interest, you start earning yields from it. It's very lucrative. And then the final one I want to talk about, because the opportunities are so much, but we'll just handle a few. Airdrop farming. Airdrop farming is another way you can make money from crypto, and this is the one I will emphasize on today. All right. Then there are crypto jobs. Crypto jobs are, you know, doing the same thing, like working in crypto. So like a graphic designer, a web developer, um, any job description you can mention, all of those jobs are available in crypto, and you can apply those skills and get paid. So these are just a few ways, the few opportunities in crypto. All right, so let's dive into the one we're discussing today. Remember that the aim of this discourse is that at the end of this discussion, you learn one thing or one way you can make money from crypto passively. So I thought about it, and I found out that, okay, crypto airdrops, I think this will be the best one, because um it does not always require money for you to start up with, and it's very easy. Something you can do with your smartphone. Sometimes you don't even need a laptop or a PC. You don't need much technical knowledge per se. So we'll be discussing this one. So at the end of the day, everybody here should understand how to farm crypto airdrops. All right, are we clear? All right, so what is crypto airdrop? I don't know if I don't know if the chat section is active. If anybody can, if we can get feedback from the chat. I want to know how many people have heard about airdrops before, or crypto airdrops, or are familiar with the term.
Okay, yes, we can get feedback from them. So let's
Yeah,
see
okay.
the feedback of the sending.
So I want to know, has anyone actually heard about crypto airdrops before, or are you familiar with it, or is your first time? Okay, Priscilla says yes. Who else? I want to know. Okay, so one person, only one person. All right. So thank you for the feedback, Priscilla. So what are airdrops? If you're familiar with it, airdrop or crypto airdrop is when a crypto project gives you their coin for free. When they gift you their cryptocurrency. That's the simplest definition I can give to it. All right. Okay. Faith says she's familiar with. Okay, I'm familiar. Okay. Okay. All right. So airdrop is when a crypto project gifts you their coin, or their crypto, and now you convert it to your local currency, and you have money in your bank account. Okay. So why do projects give people their coins? It could be for using their app. For it could be for different projects have different reasons why they gift people, or why they drop their tokens to people. Some of them could be because you use their platform. This is one of the major ways. Or because you completed a particular task, or you use their products, whatsoever the reason. But at the end of the day, they gift you their coin. And now the thing is, sometimes this crypto airdrop can be humongous. It can be so big, you can make tens of thousands of dollars, from a single airdrop. That's how lucrative it is. All right. So now your aim now should be, okay, this thing is lucrative. What do I do so that I can be eligible to receive crypto airdrops? All right. And another thing to understand is that crypto airdrop is more like a marketing strategy. So most times, most projects, their airdrops are not always so good. So you need to identify which project should I engage with for airdrop, and all of that. So we'll be discussing all of that in this session. All right. So just know that crypto airdrops refers to crypto projects giving you or gifting you their cryptocurrency or their coin. So it's more like a giveaway. All right, a crypto giveaway. All right. So next slide. And yes, the aim is, like I said earlier, the aim is majorly to attract people to their platform, and also to reward people for certain activities. Okay. So the types of airdrop. There are different types of airdrop, but I just narrowed it all down to like the three major ones for now, and the three ones that matters. So we have the testnets, we have the retroactive airdrops, and we currently have a new form of airdrop called yapping. Now, testnets means is a type of airdrop where you engage with a crypto project before it launches. So this crypto project wants to, let's say they want to launch a platform where you can trade your coins. There's a phase in the development cycle known as the testnet phase. So this is when the project is not yet live. They are still testing, the platform. So they want to stress test the app or the protocol or the website, and now they can announce, a project can announce an airdrop and say, oh, our testnet is live, or we need people to, stress test it, come and swap, using, of course, it's not live yet. So every transaction there will be done with test tokens. So you're not using real money on testnet. All right. So the project will say, come and stress test our platform, and it will be incentivized. So meaning people who stress test this platform, we will give them our coin when we launch. That is what testnet means. So you're interacting with a crypto project during their testnet phase. This particular one is zero cost because you're not using money to run it. It is completely free. All right. The next one is the retroactive airdrop. So this one now, the project is live, the project has launched, and you are rewarded for interacting with the project or their products. All right. So let's say you can use when you're using the platform to swap your points, or you're using the platform to trade your NFTs, or you're doing one thing or another on the platform when it is live. Then the project decides to reward you for your activity. That one is called retroactive type of airdrop. So this one is usually cost intensive because there are several metrics that the project use to define who is eligible for this airdrop or not. And most of the metrics has to do with how much money did you spend in our platform. So sometimes they're not giving you these airdrops for free. They want to know how much fees did you burn. When you're transacting on crypto, you spend gas fees. So how much fees did you burn, swapping on our platform? How much volume did you generate? So all of those things are considered on a retroactive airdrop, because to filter out low quality farmers, if I may say it that way, and reward people who actually spend money, time and resources on the platform. So that is retroactive airdrop. So the difference between a testnet airdrop and a retroactive airdrop is that the testnet one is your activity before the project launches, and the retroactive one is your activities on a project that is already live. For the retroactive, you're using your real money, you're burning gas fees, you're spending your money there. All right. For instance, one of the projects that I got their airdrop, the limit requirement for gas fee spent, like they had like a filter. So if you do not spend up to $100 gas fee on their platform, you will not get the airdrop. Like if you do not burn up to $100 as gas, you will not get. So that one now is not free per se, because you have to like gift them your $100 while you're swapping or doing all the swapping before you can get airdrop. All right. So I don't know if you guys are following or if you get the point. So this is the difference between testnet and retroactive airdrop. Now, last year December, a new project called Kaito launched. Now this project brought about a different kind of airdrop called yapping. So usually airdrops are just on-chain. On-chain means that it is only your activity on the blockchain, you're swapping, trading crypto, that can give you airdrop. But now Kaito introduced a kind of a social fi type of airdrop, where you get airdrop for posting quality content about a crypto project on Twitter. So this is a new type of airdrop, and this is the one I'll be focusing on because I believe most people in the audience are not quite familiar with on-chain activity and all of that. So this one will be like the easiest one for you to try out. All right. So I will reiterate again for you to understand what yapping is. So now we have entered a new, the crypto industry operates on trends and narrative. So you make the most when you understand the current narrative, that's the current cycle in the current narrative in the crypto space. All right. So the narrative has shifted. So to rewarding for content, right? More. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity that was not available like 5 years ago. Usually, crypto projects, they pay big influencers, to market their project so that people will get to know about them. But now Kaito came and said, we can make everybody to be influencers. So what that means is projects we list on this platform called Kaito, crypto projects now that want visibility, they will list on this platform called Kaito. And now the projects we announce that they will reward people who are posting content about them on Twitter. So that's how it works. So a project launches on Kaito, you start creating content about the project on Twitter. At the end of the day, or at the end of the period, their airdrop period, you get your rewards. I don't know if anybody gets that. So that is how I will still explain this further, but I hope you get the point. So this is now the narrative of airdrops. So if you're doing testnet only, you're doing retroactive airdrops only, you're missing out because the narrative has changed. All right. And there's so much to be made from Kaito yapping. Projects are really rewarding their users. All right. Like, okay, I will explain how it works. But it is very lucrative, guys. Very lucrative if you have the energy. So this one now has to deal with your what you will need for. Okay, sorry. The process of writing content about projects on Twitter is called yapping. So that's why you saw yapping there earlier. So when you hear yapping, just know it has to do with writing about content on Kaito on Twitter. So every day you're writing content about this project. All right. That is called yapping. So your activity is called yapping. All right. So to Yap, like I said, I'll be focusing more on yapping, how you can make money from yapping, because that's the current narrative, and it has a very low entry barrier. In fact, there's no barrier at all, no much barrier. You just need to understand a few basics about crypto, know how to write content, and you're good. All right. So, what tools do you need now for Kaito yapping? What do you need? So now you're listening to me. You've learned that there's a new form of airdrop called yapping, where you write about content, where you write about projects, crypto project on Twitter, and you get reward. So what do you need now to start now? You need a Twitter account. Twitter is like the life hub of crypto. So if you're in crypto, you're not on Twitter, I don't know, you're like, I don't know what to say, but crypto is where everything is happening. So you need a Twitter account, because the Kaito that launched this whole yapping thing is integrated with Twitter. So you need, both goes hand in hand. So you need a Twitter account, because that is where you're writing your content, not on Medium, not on a website, but on Twitter. Now, secondly, you need your crypto wallet. So your rewards at the end of the day will be distributed to you on your crypto wallet. So you need an EVM wallet, like an Ethereum wallet. You need the Solana wallet. You need these two things, but this is where your reward will come. Then at the end of the day, when you have gotten your rewards, you can now exchange the crypto to Naira or as you please, And then you need a Kaito profile. So during the end of this, as we approach the end, I will do a little demo so you see how to go about that. So you need a Kaito profile. It's really easy. It's just a website, a Web3 website. Now I hope you now get what Web3 means. So it's a platform that utilizes crypto and all of that. So that's why I say it's a Web3 platform. So you need a Kaito profile. It's just a Web3 website, a platform. You just go sign up with your Twitter and you're linked. You connect your crypto wallet. All right. Sometimes Kaito does not really open in Nigeria, so you need a VPN. You can just download any VPN on Google Play or Apple Play, on Apple Store. You download VPN so that you can hide your IP address so that you can be able to access the website. So how does yapping work? I can't really see this. Give me a second. Oh, thank you. So how does yapping work? You tweet about a project, and then, okay, I didn't explain this earlier. These projects, these crypto projects that list on Kaito, they have a system called, so Kaito has a system called a leaderboard. So with the leaderboard, you can see who is writing the most content, all right, on the leaderboard. So your aim is to climb the leaderboard, because sometimes the projects, they have a limit to who they reward. So they can reward only the top 500 people on the leaderboard, or the top 1,000 people on the leaderboard, or the top 4,000 people on the leaderboard, as the case may be. All right. So your aim, so the more content you write, the more you climb the leaderboard. And the more you climb the leaderboard, the more your reward value. You cannot be number one. You cannot be number 1,000 on the leaderboard and expect the same reward with someone that's number 100. All right. I don't know if this is. I feel like this is hard for you to understand, because I'm not visually displaying the website, but I will do that. But I just wanted to get the whole concept before we dive into that. So let me rephrase everything I've said. You can make money. There are so many ways to make money from crypto. We have mentioned so many: crypto trading and the rest. Airdrop is the one we are discussing right now. An airdrop is when a crypto project gives you their cryptocurrencies, and you can swap that cryptocurrency to your local currency. You can swap it to your naira, your dollar, whatever currency you use. All right, so that's an airdrop. Now we have discussed the different type of airdrops, the three major types. The testnets, where you interact with a crypto project before the project launches. This particular one, you will need to learn, you need to have a little bit of technical knowledge about crypto, because you need to learn how to swap, how to trade, how to do all those things, how to mint NFTs and all, to be able to use a testnet. Some of them are really technical. You need to like run nodes and all of those stuff, but we won't go into that. Now we have the retroactive airdrop, which is the one where you interact with a crypto project that has already launched. So you use a platform to trade, you use a platform to swap your coins, you mint an NFT. Retroactive airdrop comes in different ways. So you can just receive, you can receive an airdrop for holding an NFT. A project can just come now and say, oh, everybody who has this NFT, we have just sent you some money to your whatsoever, and that is it. Some high value NFTs. All right, that's a retroactive airdrop. So I'll give another example. Kaito, this platform we're talking about, has an NFT. All right, Kaito has an NFT. Now, if you hold the NFT, you're automatically eligible for almost every airdrop that the project on Kaito lists. All right, so that NFT is currently, I think the all time was $40,000. So you're holding the NFT, you're automatically eligible. So that's like a retroactive airdrop, because you need money to buy the NFT. You're holding the NFT with your money, all right? And then you receive airdrops. Another form of retroactive airdrop is the stakers airdrop. All right, so you're staking a coin and you're receiving airdrop because you stake the coin. I will still use Kaito as an example, because Kaito, they have their coin called Kaito. So if you stake at least 5,000 Kaito, that's currently what 5,000 Kaito is now about $7,000. If you hold that on your wallet, you are also automatically eligible for every airdrop on Kaito. So that's a retroactive airdrop, because it is capital intensive. You need money to buy the coins. You need money to buy the NFT to hold. That's retroactive. But then we have this new type called the yapping. Now, yapping now is where you talk about a crypto project on Twitter, and the project rewards you for creating content. This one now, you don't really need more technical expertise. You just need to know how to write. That's it. All right. Now, I can't see what's that. How to yap. All right. I hope you guys are following. Is this making any sense to you? Is this something you're interested in? I want to get feedback. And I don't know if anybody has any questions so far. Okay, so what if you don't have engagement? Will it affect your climbing? Yes, it will affect your climbing. Okay, I will explain that. I will explain that in how to yap. Just please help me pin the question. So how to yap? So you sign up to Kaito, you connect your credentials, you check out projects that are listed on the reward station, you research and you make your pick. And once you have selected the project you like, now you select based on, sometimes this project, they do not give so much details about how they'll do their airdrop or who they will reward, but some of them do. And on Kaito, there's a tab called the reward station, where you see the projects that has already announced their airdrop to yappers. All right, so from there you can see, okay, this project said they will give $1 million to the top 1,000. So you can ask yourself, can I make it to the top 1,000? All right, let me try. All right, so this is how you make your pick. You don't just pick any random project, because some you can create all the content at the end of the day, you go home with something as little as $200, $300, and you've wasted your efforts. Meanwhile, the same efforts on a different project like one we got last week, Magic Newton, you get $10K, $20,000, $1,000, four figures in dollars, five figures and above. So you want where you want to concentrate on a project that can give you the most reward. You don't have to talk about all the okay. Let's do a little visual. I don't know, Prosper. Can you click on that link, that Kaito link? There's a link embedded on that Kaito. If you can just let's do a little bit of demo.
Okay, I'm trying to see here. It's not clickable. So let me check from my end if you can share your screen. Then maybe you would take it off from there, right?
Okay, if I
That
can
will,
share my screen.
let me see from my
Yeah,
end.
I think that will.
Do you have a bar around there that says something like share your screen?
Let me see. Nope, nope.
Okay, I'm checking here what I have here. So I can see. Okay, yes, screen. So let me see if I can share. If it's my screen, it has to be yours. So it has to be my screen. Okay, so I need to type what should I search so that I can share it here.
Um, okay, you see the link is not clickable.
Yes, but what's the website? Let me search it up here.
All right,
Share my
so
screen.
it's app.kaito. I okay, yaps.kaito.ai.
Okay, yaps.kaito.ai. Okay, it's saying sites cannot be reached.
Yes, so this is where you need to turn on a VPN. Do you have a
Yeah,
VPN available?
yes, let me turn it on.
All right,
First, let me see. Oh, let me turn it on.
all right.
Okay, so I'm gonna refresh again now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Maybe I copied the wrong link. So let me just type.
Okay, so it's yaps, YAPS dot
Okay,
kaito.
YAPS. Okay, YAPS.
Yes, dot kaito dot AI.
So I'm sharing my screen now.
Perfect, perfect,
Do you see
perfect.
it?
Okay, this is beautiful. All right, so guys, can you see this? I want feedbacks from the comments. So
Okay, let me check the comment section to be sure that
yeah,
the, yes, yes, they can.
perfect. Now this is the Kaito website. Like I said, let me reiterate again. Kaito is a platform where crypto projects list for marketing purposes. The projects that list on Kaito, the projects that list on Kaito are listing there because they want you to create content about them on Twitter. And at the end of the day, they will reward you. So this just simplifies airdrop farming and everything. So any project you see here on Kaito on the you can see the so you can see Kaito N. You can see that you can see the tab Kaito N. So okay, hold on.
Should I click
Just
on
hold
it?
on. Just click on pre-TGE Arena. So TGE means token generation events. So pre-TGE means that all the tokens you'll be seeing in this tab, they don't have a coin yet. So mostly majority of the project that list on Kaito, they don't have their crypto yet. They've not launched their coin yet. So that's why it's called pre-TGE. They've not launched yet. Now the idea is as they launch, everybody who created content about them receives rewards in their token, and it can be really big most of the time. Now on the pre-TGE arena, you can I'll just turn off my camera now. Hold on. All right. So in the TGE arena, you can see. Can you please scroll down so we can see the full project, if it's possible? Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, no, okay, no. Just go back up. There's a tab you click on to see all the projects. Okay, click on Yapa leaderboards. Click on Yapa leaderboards. Perfect. So now we can see this section is divided into two. We have the pre-TGE and the post-TGE. So the pre-TGE are projects that have not launched their coin yet. The post-TGE are projects that have launched their coin. Now, the ones on the pre-TGE are telling you that if you create content about them, climb their leaderboard, when they launch, you will get airdrop of their coins. The ones on the postage are telling you that their coins have already launched. They already have a coin. But if you create content about them, they have like rewards to distribute to you as well. All right. So you can see there are tons of projects. I think the last time I counted, it's up to 100 now total, over 100 projects listed. So all of these things you're seeing here are crypto projects that want to do airdrop. All of these things you see here are crypto projects that want to airdrop. Some have already airdropped. So now, how to Kaito, how to Yap? You come to this section, you take a look at all the projects, you pick one or two. All right. Sometimes you can even know ahead of time before a project lists on Kaito, and you can only know on Twitter. So the earlier you start writing content about a project, the higher your chances of climbing the project's leaderboard. All right. So now you create content about the project, you climb the leaderboard, you earn rewards. The one for last week, Magic Nito, I think the least reward I saw, like the least allocation I saw was I don't know, but I think the least I did not see any allocation below $1,000. All right, so this can be so good, especially if the project is hyped and the fundamentals are good. Once they give you their tokens, some have the potential of still going up as they give to you. So win-win. All right, so we'll just do a little demo. So these are all the projects. So I prefer projects on the pre-TGE because the rewards are more. All right, let's just pick one for an instance. So let's just scroll down. One of the projects I'm yapping about. Okay, scroll down to, let's select Union. I want to show you what the leaderboard looks like.
Okay.
So this is Union leaderboard. Union is a crypto project. Now the leaderboard shows you the top 100 people who are talking about a project. All right, so scroll down. Here you can see this is their social graph, like the these are their profile images on Twitter. So scroll down. So now these are the top 100 yappers. So here you can see the top people who are creating content about this project. if you write about a crypto project on Twitter that is on Kaito, you get something called mind shares. So the more mind shares you get, the more you climb the leaderboard. So to climb a Kaito leaderboard, you need mind shares, and the only way you can get mind shares is if you get engagement on your post. So somebody asked a question if you about engagement and climbing leaderboard. Yes, you need engagement. All right. So the more the engagement you get, the higher you climb the leaderboard. So a project can have up to 5,000, 6,000 yappers, but Kaito will only show you the top 100. So to be safe, it is best to be among this top 100, so that your rewards will be greater. So this is what it looks like. So you can see the top people. So if you click on any of their profile, you will automatically land on their Twitter. All right. So this is what the Kaito leaderboard looks like. Yapper leaderboard looks like. Now scroll up. I want to show you something. You see.
Sorry, um my screen is frozen. I clicked on your profile, so
Oh, that's okay. All right, I can see. Okay, so this is like what the mind share shows you. So you can see your mind share.
yeah.
Mind share is like how much you know you have talked about the project and all of that. So we need more mind shares to be able to climb leaderboards because it can be competitive. So imagine I'm talking about projects giving people 20, $30,000 in a for yapping about them. So you can imagine that it will be very highly competitive. So you want to be creating content frequently, and sometimes all your content does not have to be like a banger post. You can also do what they call shit posting once in a while, just because you need engagement. All right. So this is how you yap. So this is how it is done. So now for you to get started, now for anybody interested in Kaito and this form of airdrop, I will drop a link, or Prosper can share a link, and you connect your Twitter, you download Rabi wallet, or I don't like MetaMask because MetaMask is like very outdated. You download a crypto wallet, preferably Rabi. You connect your crypto wallet to this platform because that is where your reward will come in. All right, and then you go down to the Pretigi Arena to look at. Okay, no, let's go to the Kaito end now. This is where you go to for anyone interested. So you go to Kaito end to see the project that have announced that they will do airdrop. All right, and how much? Okay, you need to sign in.
Yes, I don't have an account yet.
All right, no problem. So I don't know why I can't share my screen from here, but this will show you the different projects listed. I would really have loved to, because you get an idea what I'm trying to say. So some projects, for instance, the union that she just showed you, from their last announcement, they said they will give $1 million to their yappers. So we don't know if that $1 million will be shared amongst the top 100 or the top 1,000 or the top 500. So you can do the maths and you can understand how lucrative that can be. All right. So some projects here they listed, they will tell you the time frame to yap. So you don't have to create content about them indefinitely. Some will say, okay, in the next 2 months or 3 months, we'll be rewarding yapper. So you know how to, okay, at the end of the 2 months, if I double down my efforts, I will get this and that. So that is how it is done. That is how Kaito. So Kaito is like merging crypto and social media. All right. So Twitter. Usually we actually create content. Anybody who is a crypto person, of course, we create content about crypto project they like on Twitter. But now Kaito has made it possible that these projects are, rewarding you. So you're not just writing content for nothing. All right. So now we've seen what Kaito looks like. So you connect your wallet and your account. you go to the reward station tab, you do your research there and look at, okay, which one do I want to yap on? For example, a project that says, there's so many projects. For instance, there's one there that says they are giving out $600,000 in a period of 3 months to their top 200 yappers. So you can see that one now will be very, very competitive. Now, if you don't have the audience on Twitter, you can just leave that one alone. All right, because you're talking about people competing with you who have 100,000 followers and the rest. But you can see other ones like project that can say, okay, we are giving out $1 million to the top 1,000. That one now is bigger. Like it contains so much people. 1,000 is bigger, right? So you have a chance to get in there. Some are rewarding their top 4,000. All right, so you have a chance to get in there. So it depends on your Twitter and how big the account is and all of that. You decide which one you want to yap about. Now, I also mentioned that, as you can see from there, that there are tons of projects listed. You don't have to yap about everything, because every day new projects launch on that Kaito. New projects launch every day, and those new projects, they announce rewards. So you cannot keep up, because remember, you need mind shares to climb leaderboard. So if you're talking about 100 projects at the same time and your account is not big, it will be slashed. Like you're just, you're scattering your efforts. So it's best to pick one or two if your account is small, to pick one or two or three projects and just yap about those ones, so that you know that at the end of the day you can get rewards from them. So this is how it works. Now, I said share. So after you have selected what project you like, so you can pick one or two, you start to do what? Create content on Twitter. I love that each project have a leaderboard, so you can see the top people on that project. The best way to get interaction is to engage those people there, so that you can build an audience, so that you can be recognized as well. Look at those people there. Look at how they are posting. Look at their content structure. Learn how they are posting, and tailor your content that way. That's the best way to learn. All right, or in a similar way. The next thing I also want to share is yes. So now some people will say, oh, but I don't know anything about the project. That's very easy. We don't even know anything about the project we are talking about. All the projects there are on Twitter. There is AI. You can just hijack the project link, paste on even Twitter. In fact, you don't have any excuse, because even Twitter has an AI embedded, has Grok. So you paste the link and say, okay, AI, tell me about this project, and the AI will tell you interesting things about the project. You can just pick one or two, modify it. Please don't copy and paste AI generated content and post on Kaito on Twitter. No, because Kaito does algorithm filters. We flag that as a bot and something like that. So you modify it to sound like a human, and post. So even if you don't know much about the project, go to the project Twitter. You always see a link to their website. Go to the project website, read their documents, read about them. If you don't understand what you're reading, hijack it and drop on ChatGPT or on any AI tool you use, and say, AI, please help me understand this thing well. And they will explain to you. Then that thing you've understood, you carry it and share on Twitter. You can also tag some of the people on the top leaderboard, so that they can engage your tweets as well. So this is how you yap. So now, for someone that's just hearing about this for the first time, you don't have an account, or what do you do? For instance, Prosper that says she does not have a Kaito profile. Now, step by step, I will drop a link. For you to use. So step by step, go to Kaito website. If it's not opening, you use a VPN. Connect your Twitter account. Connect your wallet. Select one or two projects you want to talk about. Go back to your Twitter and start writing about the project. Start creating content about the project. Tag the project to your post. That is how to yap. It's as simple as that. and then track your progress on the leaderboard. So you can see that it is not so difficult. Anybody can do this. The real strength lies in your consistency because it is very competitive. You have people with 100,000 followers on your Twitter competing with you for top leaderboard. So it is very competitive. But the good thing is, if you're yapping about a project that are rewarding their top 4,000, top 3,000, you can still have a chance. You get. For instance, I even got one of the project. I sometimes you can even mistakenly land on the project leaderboard that you do not even plan to yap because you mentioned the project name once or twice. It works like that as well sometimes. All right. For instance, I received one airdrop from one project on Kaito. I did not really yap about them. I was just commenting on people's posts about, like, I saw something about them that interested me. I just commented 1 or 2 times and I appeared there and I got the airdrop and just like that. So, but for you to make the most, you need to dedicate time and effort because we're talking about big money here. All right. So this is one way you can make money passively. So you can see that this does not hinder you from doing what you're already doing. It does not uh, uh, um it does not mean you have to be a crypto guru. Like I said, that there are 1,001 ways to make money from crypto. This is just one of the ways, and you can do this passively. So if you have a Twitter account and you have been chatting there, dropping stuff unnecessarily, I'm telling you that if you lock in, you can make 5 figures. Yeah, from now till the year before the year ends. I'm sure you can make 5 figures if you really lock in on Kaito. All right. So yeah. So instead of wasting your time talking about things that don't really matter, why not use that effort, that same strength, that same energy, talk about projects that are listed on Kaito so that you will get money for your talking. That's how it works. So this is just one of the ways. All right. So I think that's the next slide. Oh, okay. So that was the practical session we just did. I wish I could share my screen so I will just explain more. But this is where we have questions now. So questions. Let me just, I think, all right. So I didn't mention something. Please, can you pin it? Okay. I think the yapping is not for newbie. Now, okay, because we don't have the engagement. All right. I think one of the speakers mentioned something about mindset. Mindset is very important too. You just said that this is not for newbie. Who is a newbie? Who is a newbie? Who is a newbie? You have a valid point actually, because you need engagement to climb leaderboards, but it doesn't stop you. This is where the effort, the consistency comes in. Okay, so one of the projects, what project was that? I think one of the projects on Kaito there. Somebody that has 200 followers only. She made $9,000 on the project, and she only created content about them for a month or 2 months. So it's your mindset. Or if you think you cannot, if you think you're a small account, you're a newbie, that's why you will not make it. Then you will not make it because you think you're a newbie. Me, I'm a newbie. My account is very small, but I don't have that mentality of I'm a newbie. I don't have the mentality of I'm a small account. That is a mentality. If the thing I like about the crypto industry is that, and the Twitter is that, even if you have 1 follower or 2 followers, if you are putting out content that is valuable that people need, people will come to you. Like people will follow you, and people will pay attention to you. So you don't have to be. So this is not a barrier. You are the one. You are the one putting this limitation now. Nobody is a newbie. Now I just told you something now. Somebody that's very smart now can just come now and can just open Kaito now Open one of the projects now and read about them. If you don't understand, go to AI and ask them, what is this thing about? Even if you don't understand, the more you talk about the project, the more you understand them. For instance, some of the projects I'm talking about, I don't even really know what they are about because it's very technical. But the little one I know, I'm sharing it on Twitter, and I'm earning my shares. At the end of the day, I will get $10,000, $15,000. I've made money. You can convert that to naira. You can see that something that a normal job cannot give you. You get it from talking about it projects on Kaito. All right, so our video content value for Yapping. So the latest algorithm updates, they said they would incorporate that, but no, it doesn't. But it does, because if you're posting a video content, it comes with a caption, right? So you have to make that caption to contain keywords. Okay, I didn't mention this. If you're talking about a project, you use the project keywords. All right. So if you have to mention the project name in that your post for it to for the mindshare to count. Oh. Please have this in mind. If you're yapping about a project, every comment you make, every post you make sure you include the name of the project or mention something related to that project so that you will get mindshare. Because you cannot say something abstract and aim mind shares on a project. Do you get? For instance, somebody makes a post about, one of the projects there, let's say union project. Then in the comments, I now come and say, God is good, or I say crypto is very good. That does not count. Though. You need to mention something and mention the project name. So I can say, okay, union is a very good project, and that has counted for you. I hope you get the point. So please, I don't know, Pastor, you help me read out the questions, but I want to just address the first one. So don't have the mindset that you are a newbie. I don't like that mindset. Nobody's a newbie. Don't have the mindset that you're a small account. That's a mindset. You're limiting yourself. As little as connecting to Kaito, as making one post per day can make you fetch you money from projects. Rather than just staying idle and not doing anything at all, why not just pick one project? I have jobs I'm doing, but I've made so much from Kaito, right? So why not just pick, even if you're so busy, why not just pick one project from Kaito and dedicate to tell yourself, okay, every day I will just post something about this project. Even if you don't make a post, your comments, you can go to people's posts. Another way to earn mind shares is to make comments. So what I do to climb leaderboard is, I'm currently farming 3 projects majorly. All right. So I go to Twitter search. I just search the project name. Then the top posts will come up. What I do, I interact with those posts. And your interaction, your comment does not have to be abstract from the post. You have to your comment has to tailor to should align with the post. All right. Make meaningful posts, meaningful comments. You also earn mind shares this way. All right. So this is how it is done. So please, you're not a newbie. You are not. Every knowledge, every resource you need is available. You're not a newbie. Every resource you need to learn is available. All you have to do is just dedicate 1 hour of reading, and you're no longer a newbie. All right. So this other question, are there any red flags to watch out? Yes, there are red flags. So first of all, when you pick a project, the project you have interest in, you need to go to Twitter and look at people's sentiment about the project. Now, most of these projects, some of them have test nets already. Remember, we said test nets are the phase is the phase before a project launches. So most of them have test nets already. And they have people, they have community members, they have all of these things. So you want to look at what are people saying about this project. I'll give you an example. There was a project on testnet The name of the project is Humanity Protocol. If you go to Kaito, it is still there. Now, I've been interacting with this project since, I think, last year. It's a test net, all right, $0. So I'm not spending any money. All I have to do is just go there and claim some points and all of that. Now, the project listed on Kaito. And from the test net, I could see that the project is highly referral based. Like, it is referral, it is referral based. So looking at myself, I don't have that much audience. I also thought that this thing will not really favor me, but I just tried anyway. But it was highly referral based. And then they came to and then they made an announcement that they are listing on Kaito. Then they listed, and the announcement was not it was not really it was very bearish. Like, I can't even remember what they said, but it was not making sense. So at that point, I also said, you know what, I won't even waste my time to talk about this. All right, because let me mention this. I forgot to mention this earlier. Another way to maximize your potential, your when it comes to airdrop is, and Kaito is, when you yap about a project that you're also interacting on their testnet. So if the project launches, you are getting two different allocations. You're getting an airdrop allocation for being a yapper, yapping, and you're getting an airdrop allocation for testing. So this is why you saw me on Union, because I've been on Union since last year. They have a testnet. So I'm clicking the testnet. I'm doing my best there to come up top there on the testnet. The testnet is simple. Like, they have tasks for you to accomplish. All right. So now, the more you complete the task, the more you climb the leaderboard. So that's like the testnet, and they have said that they will reward their testnetters. So that one is one side. So if you're using the testnet, you get the airdrop. Now they also listed on Kaito, which means they're also going to reward their yappers. So you can see that one project, but you're making money. You're getting two different allocations. You make money as a testnetter. You make money as a yapper. So sometimes it is good for you to yap about projects you're already familiar with. All right. So it makes it easy because you're already using the platform. Another one was I'm also yapping about is mitosis. So mitosis, that one also involved. They had a testnet, but they have like a program where you deposit real money right now, and all of that. So that one I've been on the project before they listed on Kaito, so that made it easy for me. Then I saw the announcements. They said they will reward top 1,000 yappers. So that gave me that was bullish for me, because top 1,000 mean they will reward plenty people. So even if you don't even put so much effort, at least with your small content, you can still make it there. So the point I'm trying to make is that you will get. Remember, we're talking about financial empowerment using Web3. So now I just showed you how you can use one stone to kill two birds. A project, somebody asked red flags. I'm also, doubling down as green flags. So a project that has a testnet already, that they have said they will reward their testnetters. Then the project now comes on Kaito and list and said they will reward their yappers. That is a green flag. That's a green flag, because if you do both, there's no way you're not be eligible. At least you get both. And even if you don't even get both, at least you get the reward for yappers or the reward for testnetters. I don't know if you get the point. So green flags to look out for, red flags to look out for. Please let me know how much time do I have left? How much time do we have left? Sorry.
You have about 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. So addressing the question. So red flags. I can't really say for sure. Okay, look at how much they are giving out. Look at the number of yappers they are rewarding. Look at people's sentiment on Twitter. What are people saying about the project? And all of that. So yeah, I can't really give you all of the red flags, but I think whatever whatever project you're interested in, you go to Twitter, you should see one or two information that will help your conviction or otherwise. All right. So that is it. So I don't know if there's any other question. I also forgot to mention that another part of Kaito is like a flywheel where one thing adds up to another. Like there is so many, even in Kaito itself, there are so many ways you can make money. So Kaito itself, they have something called the yaps. So the yaps, um, maybe I will just share my videos on content about this so that people can just follow up, because that will be easier. But let me just mention that besides the climbing leaderboards and the project listing on Kaito has something called yaps, and you get this yap when a big account called Inner City member. So Kaito has people they call Inner City member, people who have big account, people who have reputation on people who have a high reputation on crypto or per se, right? They call them Inner City, so they have like a badge. So if any of this person interact with your posts, you earn something called yaps. Now, Kaito itself, this platform itself called Kaito, where you're talking about, they did their airdrop February this year. And the apps that you have earned, they converted it in a 1:19 ratio to their coin called Kaito. So that means if you manage to get one yap, you have earned 19 Kaito. And one Kaito currently is about $2. So that's how much 19 times 2 is almost $38 for one yap. So I'm putting this. I want to understand this for you to know that even if you're not interested in yapping about project on Kaito to earn reward, that one is different. You can still get interactions from these smart followers and earn yaps. So you can still earn yaps and still make money. And now the flywheel effect is you can still yap about a project on Kaito and get a smart interaction on your content, and you earn both mind share and yaps. So for the project, you're climbing the leaderboard, and for Kaito, you're getting Kaito yaps. And you know that one Kaito yap, according to their previous airdrop ratio, one Kaito yap is $19. I'm seeing accounts that have over 3,000, 4,000 yaps. So do the maths. Like people are making crazy amounts, 6 figures in dollars, 5 figures in dollars. My current yap I have earned, besides the mind shares and all of that, my current yap is is 5 figures currently, and I'm trying to make more yap. All right, so that I know that Kaito they will soon do their second airdrop. So the yaps you have accumulated now, the yaps you have earned, now, Kaito will convert it to their coin called Kaito and send to your wallet. All right, now you have made money. So imagine if you make 100 yaps, that's 100 times 19, that's whatever, and you're making money. So this is it. This is Kaito, and this is crypto meets social media. So it's one of the ways you can make money from crypto. So like we said earlier, the aim of this session is to expose you to one way you can make money from crypto without technical knowledge. All right, without needing any technical expertise. And now I hope that you have understood what Kaito is about. Even though you don't get the full picture, but you should understand that you can make money now by talking about crypto projects on Twitter. But you won't make that money if you don't have a Kaito profile. So after this call, you need to sign up to Kaito so that any interaction you're doing on Twitter will count for you. Even if you're not interested in the project listed, still sign up to Kaito, because I have a group, an airdrop group. I told people sign up to Kaito. All right, mere signing up, the previous airdrop, people got up to 30 yaps. Sorry, people got up to $30, $40, $50 for just signing up. So you can see that everything you do rewards you. So you need to get on board. So I hope that helped. I hope you got one thing or two, and I hope this was insightful for you. So I will just drop the links. Where should I drop the links?
Yeah, you can send it in the private chat here and I'll display it on the screen.
Okay, so I'm sending her now the link to create your account on Kaito. It's not a big deal. Just same thing you do with every normal website. So I'm sending her two links. The first link is to sign up to Kaito. It's my referral link, but if you don't use my referral link, that's okay. Then I will send a second link where you watch a video where I explained this whole Kaito thing, so you understand it better. And then to get even more understanding, you can also search Kaito on Twitter. Twitter is a very lucrative Twitter is a very effective research tool. So you can use it to research about Kaito and all of these things we've talked about. So please, I want to get feedback from the comments. Let me know if anybody has any further question or if this was helpful. So I'll just tell you one thing. Please sign up to Kaito. That's all.
Thank you so much, Carrot. This has been truly insightful. I mean, personally, like, you just said something now that made me realize that I have a Kaito profile. One of the airdrops I found sometime, I think towards the beginning of the year, we had to register on Kaito, something like that. I did not remember until you said it just now when you talked about some members in your community that had to, they got some amount of dollars simply by signing up. And that was when I remember that, oh, yes, this was something similar for me. But still, thank you so much. I have to say something here because you said you don't have to use my referral link. No, we have to use your referral link because, come on, you've taken over 50 minutes explaining all of these things for us. And the least we can do is to use your referral link. So, guys, if you're new to Kaito, please make sure you're using Carrot's referral link. I'm going to show it here on the screen. Yes, the numbers are lengthy, but trust me, this is the least you can do for someone who has taken her time to tell you about how you can literally make money in the crypto space. A lot of people would pay for classes like this, but this is a free class, and the least you can do is to use the referral link by one of our speakers. So if you're watching this live or you're coming back to this maybe later or whenever, kindly make sure you're using Carrot's referral link to join Kaito. And thank you so much. Thank you very much, Carrot, for sharing all of these insights. Yeah, we have lots of comments regarding this on on my YouTube account. But the thing there is that we cannot take all of it because the time is fast spent. The session is supposed to be between 5 to 7, and someone just posted and said, "Mama calls." But anyway, thank you so much thank you so much, Carrot, and also thank you, Kala. Kala has been backstage here with me, and she stayed all through the session. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing day too with all of you ladies here with me today. I cannot thank you enough, and it's super, 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 super amazing. I am looking forward to getting a lot of feedback from everyone here, and I'm hoping this feedback shines through and show you guys just how much you have poured in today's session. It's really amazing, and I love every bit of it. Thank you once again. And Carrot, thank you. Homecoming Becoming Her was perfect for my birthday, which is tomorrow. And getting the support from you guys is literally my best birthday present right now. I'm so happy and I am very grateful for this opportunity to take your time to come out here and talk to the audience about all of these things that people would pay for. So thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you to the audience, those who tuned in yesterday and those who still return today, and definitely those who would watching later on. Thank you. And I don't know if Carla has final words to say, or if Carrot has final words to say. You can share them.
Miss Carrot, it's good to see you.
I
It's
was
very
hoping
good
for
to
the same
see
as
you.
well. It's been so long.
Oh, well, it's been a while. I'm so excited
You're
because
doing great
I,
things.
you're doing great things. You, this woman. You guys should take everything she has said, though, because I know when I think I've an idea of when you started this airdrop thing and how you went through, and
Yes,
for the
yes.
growth that you have done,
I remember my
I'm
first.
very.
I remember the first. It's just so amazing. I mentioned something that serendipity, like small things compound and causes bigger things. I remember
Exactly.
2020, was it 2020? One that when even before all of these crypto wallets came up, this internet Solana wallet, there was one airdrop. You and I, we are
Yes.
planning. That was like the very first airdrop, and that was
On
like that was
Solana.
on Solana,
Also,
and like
rope. Everything was rope. Rope and coke. There was rope. There was one. There was one I dropped. My name was on Solana. And
I
I,
remember, I was asking you. We were talking about that thing one time, and well, it's just so good. Like so many years ago, and we're still here talking about airdrop. So crypto
I'm
airdrop
telling
is
you.
really here to stay, and it's so much it's so lucrative. Like right now, it's I just love the whole Kaito thing and how it has like it just made the whole thing easier. This is like a new type of airdrop, so no more spending $1 million gas fee and all of that.
To now
And
get
yeah,
stuff.
I was going to say happy birthday in advance to Miss Prosper.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Thank
When is your
you.
birthday, Prosper?
it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, serious. Oh, okay, no trouble. Happy birthday.
Miss Carla, what
Anyways,
country are you in
Thank
now? Are
you.
you in are you in Kenya?
I'm
Or
still
you-
here now.
It's
I'm
been long
still
that
in
I saw
PH.
you.
I know it has. I just actually this year there's this thing that happens where before the year comes in, somehow I just know how what will happen in crypto. And since last year, Borderless 3.0, I've been telling our community members that content creation is going to be a big deal in the crypto space this year, and like now we are seeing it. So
Exactly.
because of that, I decided to set up a studio. So we have a video, a content studio. And as your birthday, Prosper, I don't know if you want to shoot any content. I'm going to do a content for you for free. Maybe if you want to do a
Woo!
podcast or something, I invite you to the studio. So just let me know when you're ready. Right? So that's like my own birthday gift to you. Just let me know when you're ready. I'll bring you
Thank
you come to the
you.
studio,
Thank
we'll do all the
you.
shooting and everything for free. Then Miss Carol, because we've not seen for a while. Let's have a podcast about the creator economy in and then let's maybe talk about one of the projects, maybe one of these projects on Kaito. We could do some
Yes.
sort of collab on that. Let's run it. Of course, at no cost. I'll bear all the cost for this.
No problem.
But honestly, thank you so much, Prosper, for the opportunity. I know you invited me as a speaker, but I've gotten so much value from this session. Thank you so much. I've gotten a lot of value. And even as I was talking about
Thank
finance
you.
and all, I was still learning also. So thank you for having me. Miss Carrot. We're talking about you before the event started. Me and Prosper.
Yes.
You're really amazing.
Yes,
And
we were.
thank you for sharing this. I know a lot of people who have this and then they don't share, they don't talk about it.
It's
But
good.
I think that's one of the reasons like we grow really fast. I mean, look at where we're coming from, and being able to take a lot from what we are doing to build something right now today. Really, really grateful that I know you, Prosper, that I know you, Miss Carlos. Thank you so much, guys, for being in my life and for organizing this so we can at least talk. So hopefully, I think the next time I meet you, should do an
Thank
IRL
you.
thing so that
Yeah.
we can do
Yes,
the content
definitely.
together.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you,
looking forward to
Prosper.
meeting
This was
you both
amazing.
soon.
Thank you,
Thank
Carla. I
you.
also
Thank
got a
you.
thing of two per session. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right,
It's
guys.
all good.
Thank
So we'll
you
talk.
guys. So amazing. All right,
Bye.
definitely. And thank you for the birthday gift. Thank you so much, Carrot. Thank you. I cannot keep saying thank you enough, but I'm still going to keep saying it. Anytime I remember this, there's going to be full of thank you. So thank you once again.
All right then. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening. Happy birthday in
Bye.
advance
You too.
tomorrow.
Thank
All right.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. And with this, we end the show. See you guys in the next edition. Bye bye.